This is Louise from JumpStart Dance, and here is your weekly Monday night dance class. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to join us. While you are waiting, make sure you have got your space nice and safe, so there's no sharp objects going to poke into you. So move the furniture that you can. Just be mindful of the space that you have got, because obviously we're all dancing at home. If you've got any rugs or cables, make sure you move those out of the way. Make sure a grown-up knows that you're joining in with our class today. If you've got any pets or younger siblings wandering around, you might want to usher them out of the room so that they're not going to be a hazard for you. Make sure you have got yourself a drink. So, check that your space is nice and safe. Do a little bit of tinkering with this. Have a look. Oh yeah, that's it. I think I might do a little bit more. This was all set up, but it seems to have changed for some reason. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so hello, thank you for joining us for another week of Monday night contemporary dance classes. If you're joining us and you're new today and you don't know anything about contemporary dance, not to worry. I will be sharing everything that you need to know today. The most important thing is just to have a go at everything and to keep it safe. Obviously, I can't see you. You guys can see me, but I can't see you, so I can't correct your techniques. You're going to just need to listen really carefully to the instructions that I give you. And if anything doesn't feel right or doesn't feel safe, don't do it. Just make adaptations so that it feels right for you and your body today. So I believe we have got, let's just have a look. I think we have got Maisie watching. Hi, Maisie. We might have another Maisie watching too. Our session is very popular with people called Maisie. We might have Becky or Serena. Maybe Izzy and McLean are here today. So just say a big hi to everybody. Thanks for joining us. If I haven't mentioned your name, then make sure you get in touch with us and we'll give you a shout out at another time. So today's session is going to be based on directions. So we're going to be thinking a bit about how we use the space. So we're going to be looking at travelling forwards, backwards and sideways. So just make sure you've got a bit of space around you so that you can do that. We're going to do a little bit of floor space, and we are going to focus a little bit as well on our hands and our feet moving us into those directions. So our hands and arms leading the movement into those different spaces. So make sure then your space is safe, as I mentioned before. You've got yourself a drink. You can drink at any time. You don't have to wait for me to tell you. We're going to start with a warm-up. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of mobilising the body to make sure it's ready to dance. So mobilising our hands. This session is going to be about 30 to 40 minutes long today. Okay, and moving in the elbows, just nice and easy and free. Circling the shoulders. And the elbows. Step back a little bit. And the arm. Take your head down to one side. And the other. Look over one shoulder. And the other. And then take your chin to your chest. We're just going to do a little spine roll. So we're taking our hands and our heads down towards the floor. And then bend your knees to keep your knees nice and soft. And we're rolling back up through the spine. Head coming up last. Let's do that one more time. So head down to the chest. And it's like our head and our arms are being drawn down to the floor. Bend your knees. And then slowly rolling through each vertebrae. Shoulders and head. Good. Give everything a little shake. And then circle a foot. Bring it up. Just a little balance here. Give your ankle and your foot a little shake. And the leg. So circling the ankle. Hold it here. Give the foot and ankle a little shake. And put it down. tread through the feet. So if I just turn to the side, I'm bending in my knees, and then I'm picking up one foot and then the other to press into the toes and the ball of the foot. And I'll just do that a little bit faster, a little bit lighter. Okay, and then just give everything a little bit of movement. Get the spine moving. Okay, so I'd like you to walk. You might not have much space, but we're just going to walk even just for a few steps, and then we're going to turn and change and walk to another direction, because today everything's about directions. So turn and face a new direction, and let's turn. Keep walking in different directions. So thinking about diagonals, turning to the corners of the room, and you can even do a wiggly line. So keep changing direction. Okay, now every time I clap my hands, you're going to change direction. Are you ready? Go. And last one. Good. Okay, turn to face the front. So face the device that you are watching this video on. And then we're just going to think a little bit about our arms and our hands, and it pulling us off balance. So your fingers are literally trying to pull you in different directions. And for the moment, we're just going to resist that. So we're reaching and we're trying not to go in that direction, but it's really pulling us. Okay, and then we're going to take that a little bit further. So you're going to reach, and then this time, just go off balance so that you're following in the direction that your arms are pulling you. Okay, keep going. I'll just pop that track back on. So, letting your arms pull you across. You're falling off balance in different directions. Now let's try it with the legs. So just stay on the spot, and then just let the foot extend forward, and it's trying to pull you off balance. And then try it in different directions around your body. Try and resist it. Okay, and this time go with it. So it's going to pull you, and then you're going to follow it. So you're changing where you are in the space. So it doesn't need to just pull you forwards. You can let it take you backwards or sideways. And because we've been working a bit on the ground today, let's take this down to the ground. So can you let your feet pull you while you're lower on the ground? Okay, I think we're a little bit warmer now. Just before we learn our phrase today, I just want to do a little bit of jumping, a little bit more about thinking about changing directions. So to start with, what we're just going to do, very nice and simple, we're just going to bend our knees. If I just turn to the side for a second, you're just going to bounce nice and easy in your knees, and your knees should be going straight over our toes. Our feet are about hip distance apart, so parallel position. So if you find where your hips are here, and then look down, and your feet should be about hip distance apart, that's parallel. So we're bouncing nice and easy in our knees, and my arms are just swinging actually with the motion. Then I'm going to start to lift my heels off the floor as if I want to jump, but this is definitely not a jump. So my toes are turning again to the side. The toes are still attached to the floor, and I'm just rising onto the balls of my feet and back down again. It's just nice and gentle. Then we're going to do a jump, not a massive jump. We're just going to take the toes slightly off the ground, so nice and soft and easy. And then we're going to do a little jog on the spot as well. So we're just going to repeat that. So we're going to do everything on counts of 4. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, heels off, 2, 3, 4, and jump, 2, 3, 4, and jog, 2, 3, 4. And on that last jog, make sure both feet go down so you can start again with our bouncing. 1, 2, 3, 4, heels off, 2, 3, 4, and jump, 2, 3, 4, and jog. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try that with the music. So feet in parallel, big body nice long to your back. We're going to start off with a bounce in our knees. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. And heels up. Jump. Jog. Again. Heels. Jump. Jog. All right. Last little bit for this warm up. And every time you jog, instead of it being on the spot like we've just done, you're now going to jog and face somewhere else in the room. So if you still want to see me, then maybe go on a diagonal, or maybe to the side, just so you can check. But you can go in any direction you like, so over here, or maybe technically to the back. So every time you jog, you're jogging to a new space and finding a new direction. So if you've got lots of space, you can make the jog nice and big. If you've not got much space, then just make sure you still change your direction. You don't have to travel too far if you've not got the space. So let's try that again. So we'll start off facing front. Here we go. So bent. And heels off. Now jog. Face a different direction. Here we go. Bend. Heels up. Jump. Jog. Face a new direction. Bounce. And heels. Jump. Jog. We'll do it one last time. Here we go. And jog. Take it into a walk. Just get the heart rate down just a little bit. Okay. We're going to be working our legs quite a lot today in this phrase. So we'll just start off with a stretch for our legs. So I'll turn to the side so you can see me. We're taking 1 foot back, 1 foot in front. So in a very small lunge, but both heels are on the floor. Then let's take our hands onto our waistbands so we can just stretch out our chest as well. And then we'll turn to face the front and turn both of your feet out to the side, so they're pointing to the diagonals, to the corners. And then we're just going to bend the knees and roll up through the spine. And we'll turn to the other side. So now both toes are facing the right side. Your front leg is bent, your back leg is straight, and your both heels are on the floor. And this time, we're going to interlace fingers, a bit like you've got a big beach ball that you're hugging. Just drop your head slightly. You should feel a nice stretch across the back of your calf muscle and across your shoulders. Okay, so we've warmed up. Get yourself a drink if you'd like one. And then we're going to crack on with our phrase today. So, as I mentioned, we are going to focus on movements that change directions quite a lot. And we are going to think a little bit about different parts of our body leading and initiating a movement. Not all the time, but a fair amount of the time. So we're going to start off, as we did in our warm-up, with our feet in parallel. And we're going to turn our heads. This is our first change of direction. It's just with our head. We will turn to the right. So I'm mirroring you. So I'm going saying to the right. This is actually my left, but I'm mirroring you. So you need to do it as if I'm your mirror image. So you're going to turn your head 90 degrees to the right. And then back to me. Or just as far as feels comfortable. So if you can't get all the way over to the side, that's fine. Just turn in that direction. That's count 1 is the turn. When you turn back, you're just going to look straight back ahead at me again. At the same time as you turn back, you're going to take your arms out to the side so they're extending out. What I'm not doing is just plonking them into position. I'm actually sending them down first and then reaching out to the sides. And I can just see them in my peripheral vision here. So I can just about see them either side of me. So the head turns to the right. And then when you look to the left, the arms are going to go down and out. At the same time, we're going to bend our knees, and I'm lifting my right knee up slightly higher because I've lifted my heel off the floor. So if I just turn this way a second so you can see, when I take my arms out, I'm thinking about them going down first, and then my knees are both bending, but the right leg, I've got the heel off the floor, so that is in a deeper bend. That's all on count 2. So feet in parallel, facing the front. We have 1, 2. So our arms are out, both knees bent. This is the first time that your body part is going to lead the movement. It's your right foot. So you've peeled the heel off already, and then you're just going to keep lifting it off. It's going to extend forwards, and I'm flexing my foot here. So it's a bit like a développé if you've ever done ballet before. So you're opening, extending it out, and then it's going to pull you forward. So the foot is the first thing that leads that action. So we're here 2, and then on count 3, we're lifting the knee, and then the foot takes over. So the knee lifts up first, and then the foot opens out. At the same time, we're going to resist the movement. So as the foot goes forward, we're going to lean back, and we're taking our head with it. So we're not sticking our head out like this. Okay, so it's no turtle heads. So you're going to lift the leg out, and you're leaning back, and then you're going to bring the head to meet the rest of the body. So it's a ripple effect. So as your foot goes up, your head leans this way, and then as the foot extends forward, your head's going to follow it. All right, so we're here on 2. The foot opens out, we're leaning back, and as we do so, we're going to drop the arms down in front of us. It's a nice gentle swing, and then we're going to come forward and put the arms just here for now. So, from the top, we have 1, 2, 3, and then on 4, we're stepping forward, 4. The arms are going to keep moving, so we're drawing a nice big circle, and we come all the way up, and then it's like we're diving down, so our spine is going to follow our arms, and we're curving over. So if I just turn to the side so you can see that, the fingers are drawing us down, and then we're going to take the arms behind us, and then we're going to reverse it all the way up. So, count 2. We are here, both knees bent, and then opening out 3. Step forward 4. Your left foot comes into joining, is circling. You keep going down, arms go behind, and then you're rewinding it so the arms come back up, and then they circle back around, and they come up in front of you. When you go down here, if you want to add in a little jump, you can. So it's entirely up to you. But as your fingers lead the movement to go down, you can then rebound in your legs, and you straighten your legs and lower them, and then come up. So you can go down without the jump, so it's a little bounce, or you can go down with a little jump. Let's go from the top up to there. I'll pop on our music as well. I know you can't always hear the music, which I shall talk to you about in a little bit. There are some technical issues. Okay, feet in parallel, nice straight back. So we're going to start off with that head position first. Ready? 5, 6, 7. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's try it again. 5, 6, 7, 8. And once more. So really focus on that foot leading you on count 3. Here goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 5, 6, 7. And on 8, we're going to bring our knee up and our hands. So we've just gone over, drop 5, 6, and actually it's 7. Our arms coming round and up to here, and I'm drawing my knee up with that action. So my right knee comes up. So let's just go for the top one last time without the music, and then I'm going to add on our next set of counts. Feet in parallel, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, over from here, your leg is going to reach out. So this is our first change of direction with our whole body, because we've gone over with our change of direction with our head. We've got a change of direction with our arms and our head here, but now our whole body is going to shift. We're going to go on this right front diagonal. So we're going towards the corner of my lounge here. So our knees be lifted up and we're pointing straight ahead. So we need to turn the knee, point in the direction it's going to go. And then we're going to open the leg out and our head is going to tip over. I'm opening up, my left leg is going behind me and my arms are going with it. So I've just got my right foot balanced on the floor. So change of direction, we were facing the front, knee opens out. You're going to step onto that leg, let the foot lead you, and then you're going to go over into the arabesque. If both arms are going behind you, so you've got a nice long line from the top of your head, all the way down to the tip of your toes on your left leg. If you've got furniture behind you here, I'm lucky I've just about missed my sofa, but if you need to turn so you're more front or more to the side just to fit that leg extension in, do what's right in the space you've got, because obviously I can't see you to check that it's safe. So just always check around you while you're changing direction that you can fit the movements in your space. So we were here 7, knee turns are 8, you open it out, and you're going to lean forward into this arabesque. Actually here, you can either have that as a balance, or you can turn it into a little hop. So your right foot, when you're here, hops down, up and down. So up to you, I'll just make it slightly harder. So this is count 1 when we hop. And then our arm, so talked a lot earlier on about the different parts of our body initiating and leading the movement. The left arm carries on in this direction to the left, and it's going to pull you to turn to the left. So I've got my left arm up, that's the arm that's nearest the back. So I've faced my right diagonal front and then I've changed to left and my left arm here. So let's go from count 7, open the knee out, we're going 8, 1, 2. And I don't care what the arabesque looks like, but what I'm really interested in is this left arm pulling you to change direction over to the left side. From here, you're going to take the left arm in front of you, and as you do so, your right one's going to follow it. And it's going to draw a circle across the front here. So that's over your right side. It's going to draw a circle up and over, and then we're going to do it over to the left side as well. So if I just turn to face the front for a moment so you can see my arms, my left arm is here, it's going to go to the side, and it's going to draw it up into a circle, and then down and up into another circle. So it's like a bit like a figure of 8 that's on its side. So your left arm's here, it goes down and up, and down and up. Hi, if you've just joined us, it's Louise from JumpStart Dance, and I'm just teaching a phrase of contemporary dance based on changing direction and our feet and our arms leading the movement. So this part of the dance faces the side, so we're on our left side, left arm's here, and then it draws up and over with both arms, and then down and up to the left as well. And as I'm doing that, I'm following it with my shoulders and with my head. So I'm trying to keep my hips where they are, got nice soft knees, and it's a nice big fluid movement. So I'm not trying to force it, and I've just got a nice gentle twist in the upper half of my body. Let's just go from the top up to there. So feet in parallel, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1, 2, 3, up and over 4. Go 5, 6, 7, change direction 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the end of that, you should have your arms up above your head like this. That last bit again with 3, 4. We finish here with our fingers up. So from there, I'll just teach you the next count of up to the next this count of 8. So we've got 4 more counts, and then we'll try it again from the top with the music. We have just gone 2, 3, 4. From here, your front arm, so your arm nearest me, which should be your right, you're going to drop it as if we're changing direction over to our right, but then we change our mind. So again, I'm not forcing it and placing it into a set position. It's just going to release and then come back up. So it's really gentle. So it's just a nice flow to it, and just let it stop naturally here and then bring it back up. So we put our arms up on 4, it drops 5, then we bring it back up 6. And as you can see, it's not just my arm moving, it's the whole of my upper half of the body and my head. So it goes 5, 6, and then we decide, no, we are actually going to go to the right. So this is our next change of direction. It goes again 7, and this time we're going to follow it. So we're going to step a little bit, and then we bring our left leg and arm to join it. So we end up in the same position, facing 180 degrees to the other side. So we've just done a half turn. So from our left arm here, that was count 2. It goes 3, 4, drop 5, change your mind 6, go again 7, 8. So we're drawing like a big arc here. It goes down and up, down and up. And our body is just following us, doing a little small step to take us to the other side. So let's try all of that from the top with the music. So feet are parallel. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, how was that? Okay, let's just do it again from the top. So back into space. Feet are parallel. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll go and get another drink in a second. Just a couple of things for you to think about. I did talk about the head with some of those movements there. Make sure your head is very much part of the rest of the body. I know it sounds like, well, I do that anyway, but we really need to make sure that it follows and that it's not just a static head in one position. So this bit, obviously you need to turn it. This is fine. From here, make sure you're leaning back. Then your head, make sure you drop your head here. Otherwise, you've got this position which doesn't look very nice. Okay, so you want your whole body to be involved in this nice fluid swing. So drop the head, bring it back up, and then when you're coming over to this side, make sure that head is part of this extension here. Okay, so again, think about that line going from the tip of your head to the tip of your toes, and then let it follow completely on here. Head follows here and back, head follows again. So don't worry too much if you don't get all the parts of the choreography perfect. I'm not looking for perfect, but I really want to experience those sensations of moving with your head as part of the changes of direction. Let's try that again from the top. Are you ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we'll try once more, and then I've got a final set of 8 counts I want to add on. So feet in parallel. Here we go. Heads. Okay, so I'm going to grab myself a drink. If you need one, go and get one too. We are going to add on a final set of 8 counts. And again, it's thinking about changing direction. We're going to use the floor. So make sure that there isn't anything lying around. I don't know how much space you've got on the floor. It doesn't take up too much room, but if you need to adapt this to suit the size of your room that you're dancing in, then make the changes to make it fit in. We are here, so we finished on here on 8. So we have just gone 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, we're going to fold in our elbows and we're going to crumple down to the floor. If I just come closer a minute. So it starts in the elbows. So now the elbows are initiating our first movement. So the elbows drop, and then our hips are going to fold and our knees are going to bend. So it goes elbows, knees, hips, and then we're going into a crouching position. It's a nice like drop. So our arms along, elbows drop, knees drop, and then we're coming down. We've got 2 counts to do that, so it's quite slow and fluid. As we crumple down, we're going to go into a crouch where your front legs, that's your left leg, is going to be bent like this. And now I've got my back leg is just on the ball of the foot. So if I just come slightly closer, it'll be tricky to see a little bit. But then my front leg, which is nearest the camera, when I turn in a minute, that's my left leg, that's down like this. But then my back leg is just on the ball of the foot here. And that's because we're about to roll. So this is our preparation for that. So we are here. We're going to crumple down and get into that crouching position. And then you're going to go away from the camera or the device that you're watching, because you're going to go backwards to the back. So another change of direction. So I'm putting my hands down. So that's my right hand. And then I'm putting my right bum cheek down. Then my knees are taking over the movement. The knees are taking me still further to the back. And then my right leg is going to put down. I'm going to reach forward with my right arm to there. So I just show you in the opposite direction so you can just see that movement. So we've crumpled down to here. I'm going to put my right hand down. I'm putting my right bum cheek down. I keep moving. I am moving towards you, but actually in a minute I'll be moving away from you. So my knees are moving towards you. I'm putting my right foot down and I'm going to reach towards you like that. Okay? So the knees and the hands are leading the movement in this roll. So let's do it with the proper direction. So we're reaching up here. We crumple 1, 2, hand goes down, 3, rolling, and reach 4. Then we're going to rewind it. So we do exactly the same as we did, but it's in rewind to back to face the front. Except this time, we're not going to reach or get back up. We're just swizzling into this position with your knees bent. So I'm like this. Okay, so let's do all that again. So we're here. We're going to crumple 1. Make all your feet so you're in this crouching position. 2, hand goes down, bum goes down, knees move, arm takes over, and then you're going to reverse it onto your bum, plant your feet down, knees point up. Okay? So you're reaching to the back. Let's count 3, 4, we're turning back 5, 6, very last little bit. You're going to reach forward here, 7, and then we're changing direction again. This is a direction we've not faced yet. We're going to face our ceiling. So we're going to go back, make sure you've got space behind you so you don't bash your head. We're reaching forward, and then we're going to go all the way down. Okay, so let's go from here. So this is 4. We're going to drop 5. Change your mind. 6. Go again. 7. Turn. 8. Crumple 1. Crouch 2. Roll 3. Reach 4. Reverse 5. Plant your feet. 6. Reach 7. Turn 8. So if you're not used to moving on the floor, you might find that roll a little bit awkward, and that's fine. Just work on practicing that movement and make it as fluid as possible. It doesn't have to look like mine. That's the brilliant thing about contemporary. It's about personal expression and making it your own. What I really want you to focus on is that shift of direction. We were facing the right, then we're facing the back, then we're facing the front. So we've got those changes of direction, and just try and make it fluid, even if it doesn't look like mine. Right, so let's try with you from the top. We'll mark it through. Going to do it with the music. Feet in parallel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, over 5, 6, 7, diagonal 8, 1, reach 2, drop 3, and 4, left, right arm drops 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, crawl 1, 2, roll 3, reach 4, reverse 5, 6, 7, drop 8. All right, drop the top with music. So, make sure you've still got plenty of space. Feet in parallel. Nice long tall back. Just wait for the music. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down we go. Okay, let's try it from the top. I'll just rely on the music. I'll get the cueing a bit better there. So grab a drink if you need to. Feet in parallel. Are you ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, how was that? I'll leave the music on. I hope you can hear it. Have a little practice with the music. I'm going to grab some drink and then we'll start all together from the top again. Okay, we'll go to the top. Right, let me pause this. We'll go to the top, we'll do it twice more. Let's really go for it as much as we can with the space that we've got. Make it your own. If you can't do a certain move, then make up your own. That's absolutely fine. But really focus on the foot leading you here, the knee and the foot leading you for this diagonal, the arm leading you, and then the arms leading all the movement here, and then back here, and then the arms and knees leading you to the back, and forward and down. So focus on where you are in the space and the body parts leading you in those directions. So we do it twice through, all the way through. Go for it. Parallel feet. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, hope that was all right. Hope you're fairly pleased with how you got with that frame. We do it one last time. Really focus on the movements, leading your body, and try and enjoy it as much as you can. I'll just count you back in with the music. Make sure you've got a space. 5, 6, 7, 8. phrase for remembering where you need to be and what part's moving you into those directions. But well done. I really enjoyed doing that phrase with you today. Don't leave us yet though, because we need to make sure we leave our dancing with our bodies nice and safe. So we're just going to do a cool down. Grab some water if you haven't already. Okay, so give everything a little shake. Like we did at the start, we're just going to do a little bit of a walk. When I clap my hands, you're going to turn and face somewhere new in the room and walk in that direction, even if it's just a few paces. Okay, ready? And again. Okay, so just a nice easy little walk or a little march on the spot. Let the heart rate come down. Take a nice few deep breaths in and out. So we're doing the same change of direction, except this time we're on the spot. So you can face any random position in your room. Okay? So you're just going to change every time and try and make it clear where you are by using your eyes. Ready? Okay, give everything another layer of shake. Another deep breath in. And out. We're going to finish with a few stretches to finish off today. So turn to face one side. One leg forward, one leg back. And like I mentioned in the warm-up, make sure your toes are facing ahead and they're not turned out. Hands on your waist. Both heels on the floor. Turn to face the front and turn both of your feet out in like a second position. Bend the knees over the toes and then roll back up through the spine. And then turn to face the opposite direction. Front knee bent, back knee straight. You should have a nice stretch in the back of your leg across the calf. Arms circling in front of you, drop the head slightly and you should have a nice stretch across your back. And turn to face the front one last time. Knees bending over the toes, relaxing through the spine. Head coming up last. And give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us. So we've now had our contemporary Monday night sessions. This is our 6th week in a row. And I've really enjoyed delivering them. We've had lots of lovely feedback and we've had lots of views. So our first video has got well over 100 views there, which is fantastic. And I know there's regular followers that do this class every week. So thank you so much for being part of that. We're going to continue our Monday night sessions, but we're going to start a membership subscription service. So you will need to subscribe in order to continue. We're actually going to move our live sessions onto another platform. So we're going to be doing them in a private Facebook group. And that's because the audio we're really struggling with in YouTube. I know often you can't hear the music, even though it's really loud here. And even though we're using music direct from YouTube audio, for some reason you can't hear it properly. And it must be really frustrating when you can't, because you know, part of the point of dancing is that we've got that relationship to the movement and the music. So we are going to be moving our platform over to Facebook. I will be emailing out, so if you're on our email list already, then your parents will get that information. If you are not, then you can go over to our Facebook page, which is JumpStart Dance. And all the information is going to be announced throughout this week. It's a really exciting service. You're not just going to get this live class on a Monday, but there'll also be other classes for you and your family. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. And if you've got any questions, you can email Louise at primarysschooldance.co.uk. And if you enjoyed the class today, we'd love a contribution from you. It's just a small donation, like the cost of a cup of coffee that you might normally spend while you're out and about. Obviously, we're at home at the moment, keeping safe, staying alert. So if you can, then please just give us a little donation by our PayPal link, which is in our comments below. Thank you so much for joining us, and I shall see you again soon. Bye-bye.